could you kind of give, if at all, a little summary about some of the major factors about the castle that you
Okay,
showed us?
right, yeah. So, because of Edinburgh Castle is one of the highest points in the whole of Edinburgh, and it sits on an extinct volcano. And because of the height of it, you can see from east, south, west, and north any 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 enemy that might be coming to attack you. So that is really why it became a fort, an Iron Age fort, going back right back to the 3rd and 4th, 5th centuries. Then it becomes more used by bigger tribes that make their homes on the side of the volcano, and then eventually it becomes a royal residence in the 11th century. It then is built as a fort, and the royal family, it was James IV in the 16th century that decided to build a palace at the bottom of the hill from the castle, so that the castle was only used when they were under threat, and they come racing up from Holyrood Palace up the Royal Mile to the castle here for safety reasons when they were under attack. And of course, when they weren't under attack, they go back down to their lovely royal palace where it was far more luxuriously decorated. The castle was just here as a defence, and this is why Mary, Queen of Scots, when she gave birth to her son in the 1560s, she was staying down at Holyrood Palace, and as soon as she knew she was about to give birth, she was taken up to the castle and into the royal palace that you are going to go and see shortly, where you can go in and see the room where she actually gave birth to her son James VI. So Mary, Queen of Scots, felt very safe in Edinburgh Castle. And then after that, her son James VI left for England in 1601, and that is when the castle started to become used by the military. All the different regiments, the Royal Dragoon Guards, Argyll and Sutherlanders, the Black Watch, those ones with the big black hats and the red plume coming out the side. So it's now used as a military castle. There's still barracks in the castle, and we have our huge military tattoo that takes place in August over 3 weeks that you saw, the fabulous stand that they're putting up that takes 3 months to build and 3 months to take down. Right, that's...
And then could you tell us your name and how long you've lived in Scotland?
All right, okay, so my name is Emily, and I've lived in Scotland since, I was actually born in the north of England. Both my parents were from Scotland, and we came to live in a little village which is situated in a place called Callander, which has got the name of being the gateway to the Highlands, because this is where the big mountainous range starts at this village that I was brought up in. So I lived in this little village, but I went to boarding school in Edinburgh, and then I went on to go to university in Edinburgh. So I've got some fabulous memories of growing up in Edinburgh and going to boarding school in Edinburgh. And I should point out that when I said that Edinburgh is the third richest city in Europe, 25% of parents in Edinburgh send their children to private schools. 25%.
And then last thing would be, what is your favorite thing that you've experienced while you've been living here?
In Scotland or Edinburgh?
Let's just say Edinburgh.
Right, okay, well, I'll tell you what my favourite thing is actually, and I'm not making this up. It is actually the period in August when we have the Edinburgh Festival, because we love to come in. I live outside Edinburgh now, and I love to come into Edinburgh during the Edinburgh Festival to see all the different performers on the streets. It's just such a all the restaurants are open till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and there's just such a great energy of different people from all. It's just so friendly. Everybody just wants. Sorry, I need to. My nose.
It's okay. You're fine.
It's just a wonderful time to experience all these people coming together from all parts of the world and showing off, what they can do. It might be somebody acting or somebody putting on a comedy show, but they all do it on the streets outside the castle, down the Royal Mile, right down to Holyrood Palace. So it's just an incredible time, because normally the restaurants' last orders are at 9 o'clock. In August, you're still sitting in a restaurant at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like being in Paris.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but it's only for 3 weeks. So yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else you would like to say or add?
Well, what I think I am going to, I love Scotland because it's a small country, but you don't need to travel far to get some breathtaking scenery. It might be the Highlands of Scotland, but it might be down in the Lowlands. It's not overpopulated. It's only got 5.5 million people. When you compare that to London, which has got over 8 million people, the majority of people live between Edinburgh and Glasgow. Edinburgh's on the east, Glasgow's on the west, and in between that's where most people live, because that's where all the work is. So I love Scotland because of the fact you don't have to go far to either go to a great performance in Edinburgh or Glasgow, concerts, theatres, or an hour's drive and you're out in the Highlands in a nice little pub next to a roaring fire.
Nice,
Looking out, and you see all the wildlife. We've got the deer, we've got otters, we've got all the wild prey, hawks, golden eagles. I just can't beat it.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much.